Alright YouTube, so as I would have showed you already, I had a little incident in flight. Had my silencer come loose at this is a carbon fiber tube on the Vitarazi Moster 185 Plus, and it's riveted. Kind of hard to see. There's rivets that go through the carbon fiber, through the metal cap, through the carbon fiber, and hold it on there. And in flight, apparently, the carbon fiber gave way, and this guy slid down. I guess this clamp was held it in place, but it wasn't really tight enough to prevent the vibration from letting it slip. Vibrated down, and I've got it, and the pipe was kind of pointed like this, but it vibrated down, started melting the gas tank apparently, and then when I found it, you'll see a picture, I'll show you a picture, the exhaust was pointed forward into the tank. It was venting into the tank. So I'm going to take this apart. Let's see, I've got a new exhaust shipped to me, a new silencer. This is a 4-spring exhaust on this guy. I've had the new heavier duty 3-spring exhaust, so this will be my third exhaust that I'm gonna put onto this Moster 185. Crossing our fingers. I'm hoping this don't cause any more downtime, basically. So with that, I'll get started. Taking her off, putting her up. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, yeah, so the other thing that happened here, we'll show you. I got a light. See if I can get this situated. On the exhaust, it looks like the heat shielding cracked and came apart. A chunk of that went off and went through the prop. Got a little bit of prop damage. I think it's survivable for the prop. My glasses on. I got to get old man. We got to get his reading glasses on to be able to see it. But there's, I don't know. We'll see. I do have a wooden spare prop, but so I'm not going to worry about that at this moment. This side of the prop is good. My prop tape is all still in place. I suspect I can put some baking soda and glue in there and put some prop tape over the top of it, and it'll be pretty good. I can get it balanced. So let's get the prop off. Let's see what we got here. What's going on? I've got a safety wire that is cut, broke right there. This safety wire broke. It ran across down there and up through there. So that's a goner. This other safety wire is in good shape, but I guess you cannot see the bushing. Got a little material there. Let's see what's going to fall out of this. Looks like some of the pipe itself. Oh no! You know what that is? That's the wear bushing. What's left of it. least I think that's what that is. That's my brass wear bushing. So that's what I can find of my brass ring. Probably not a good situation. So there's my old three spring exhaust mating bracket, whatever you call it. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to give you a bit of a recap as I've got the exhaust reinstalled. I'm going to put some torque check marker on it, so make sure all my exhaust and mounting bolts stay and don't come off. But while I'm doing that, recap what I found. I found obviously the silencer had broke loose and slid down. The heat shield had cracked and come off. I had a safety wire right up where the exhaust port is that had been cut. And then the real important one is the brass wear ring was worn down, broken into bits. And so I think the talking to Kyle Matula really gave me the idea. He guessed this when he first heard what the problem was. But basically it seems the brass wear ring, I let that go down to nothing, and it basically wore out. Now it wore out at about 42 hours of use. I had another one in my kit that I was planning to install at about 50 hours, but the thing that I learned is you don't wait until 50 hours. You need to be visually inspecting that, which I wasn't doing as part of pre-flight. And if it looks like it's worn pretty badly, replace it early, because the suspicion is that the brass ring went, and then I had the harder metal on metal contact set up a lot of vibration, which the safety wire probably got in there between those harder metal parts and got it cut or torn in two. That shaking, I'm sure, set up the crack and the heat shield coming off. And as well, the shaking would explain the carbon fiber giving way where the rivets were going through it. And then the shaking would promote the tube, the carbon fiber silencer part, sliding down the exhaust and getting down into the gas tank. So to me, it all makes sense. It's that brass wear bushing given out and going away. So it was setting up pretty severe vibration that happened. And here at the end of the video, one of the things contributing is of the getting into the gas tank is I had a larger gas tank on. I sort of, let's call it the aftermarket. I bought an 18-liter gas tank that allowed me to fly a little bit longer in the evenings that we tend to fly a couple hours. I fly with a lot of guys with top 80s, and I got the Moster 185. So they can go a lot longer in the airtime than I can, and planning some cross countries, try to go past 2 hours or go out and back at the beach some long distance. So anyway, I had a larger gas tank, sticks out a little bit more. That's probably contributed to the problem here. I'm going to, for now, I was going to put back on my original 12-liter tank. Won't stick out as much, but eventually I think I'm going to, once I take care of that wear bushing problem, I'm going to put another 18-liter tank on so I can take advantage of extended flight distances and times. So hopefully that helps somebody. Fly safe, check your wear bushings, and replace them early would be my learning.